Surprises me. I really need to work on doing the fade out thing. What we do need though, which is really hard. That was loud. At least it was loud for me on my headphones. Let's lower Diddy Kong down a little bit. Right, unfortunately the glasses are going back on now because I need to draw. Yes, Sprocket the Autognome. Right, music okay, not too loud, you can hear me properly. The last time I did this, it took an hour for anyone to tell me otherwise. Oh, I just peeked. How the hell did I just peek? I shouldn't be able to peek at all. Ooh. But yeah, Sprocket the Autognome. It's an interesting one. I've had a I've had a chat. I've had about 20 sentences with Sheepa on the idea of this guy or thing. It is going to be genderless. It is an automata. Um, it's going to basically it's going to have been created to look after the trains. It's an artificer for a start, so it can help, so it can repair its own train if needed. It can also create things to aid the train. It can also eventually create steel defenders, and I do say steel defenders because Sheepa has allowed me to have as many as I want, but I added a self-imposed limit that only one of them can leave the train with me. Otherwise, there'll be an army of tiny robots, which would be funny until we get into combat and I have to do 20 little creatures worth of attacks. So basically, like, self-imposed it as can have as many as I want as long as they're on the train to help look after the train. If more than one of them steps off the train, the second one that comes off just turns off. But yeah, I've had to look around at some vague ideas of things that kind of match what I'm thinking. Although honestly, the thing that I'm thinking more in my head is oh god, was his name Glitch? Yeah, Glitch from Metal Arms. God, that's how have I just remembered that and realised that I'm trying to make that little guy? Time to have a look to see if I can find the image of him. Glitch. There's got to be a better like. There we go, an in-game screenshot of him. Is essentially something along the idea of this. is what I just realised that I was aiming for. I have not played this game in 15 years, yet somehow, as soon as I was thinking of it, I was like, oh yeah, glitch! Glitch in the system, Metal Arms, that I played on the Xbox. How did I forget that little guy? And his weird ability to self-destruct and dismantle himself halfway through the game, which confused the hell out of me when I was playing. Right, I want... So let's go with a nice... Right, so let's... I do want them to be quite blocky. I am going to, as always, preempt this with, I'm not a character designer yet. I say yet. Eventually, maybe. We do want that kind of oval head. Sheep is always a bully. It's what he does. Quite bad. Did want to have like a... furnacey thing on the back. He doesn't actually wear glasses. This is just a thing that was added on by the creator. I mean, this guy down here is not an autognome. But you know what I really thought of the idea? It's not hair. It's just metal. Ha ha, L. Ha ha. What channels am I getting? But the hard part is working out joints. Because I do like this sort of like shoulder pad design bit. But he's trying to work out how you would fit that onto a cylinder. How do I do this on the other side? That will do. Arm goes down, and we'll just have sticking out there. Ah, legs. How am I going to do the legs? I did like the idea with these feet. That's the main reason I got this one. It looks like something that Ginger would know about this one. It looks like something from Warhammer. Probably is. I don't know. I literally just typed in Autognome into DuckDuckGo and looked at what turned up. I would probably want to have something like that on the back. Just for stability. It makes more sense. I think this one actually walks on tiptoes. That's why it's got that. It's got the digitigrade thing of walking on your digits. Whereas I think this guy's going to be a mix of that and plantigrade, which is just whole foot on the floor. Well, I screwed up the perspective on that one. How we're going to do hands, I'm not sure. I mean, as a basic idea, maybe kind of working. I put that on a layer with something else because I am a smart. You go on your own layer. Because then I can just turn all of these off and be left with him. Right, let's think how all of these lines were going to work. This we're going to want to have protruding out a bit because it's actually a door. I really should have practiced more metal stuff and mechanical things before I tried doing this. Yeah, I'm not sure if this will be the final design of him. Obviously, it could be any number of weeks till this campaign starts. I mean, hell, I only thought of the name before now when I was trying to think of the stream title. I was going to go with some version of with Cog in the name, but then the only good one was Cogsworth, and that just is a Fallout reference, and that would make Ginger murder me. I mean, what would be nice to, if I was trying to do this like properly, is I'd have on another screen an image of a bunch of parts of an engine, and I'd have this guy cobbled together from like pipes and various other things, like steam locomotive related. A little lad. Hmm. Yeah, I do need to work on the where the legs join. What would probably be a good idea is to give it more room. Yeah, I was going to need to redo this top bit, I think. This angle just doesn't work. Let's bring it further down a bit. Right, colour. What we're going to do. I think Lace is trying to make me be healthy. How dare. Well, sucks to be you because I only have Pepsi Max. Hydration. Still waiting for that sponsorship, Pepsi. It's a race between me and Sheepa who gets it first. See, one of these days I'll look up what colour bronze actually is. Or brass, even. I've never been great with metallics. God, that just sounded like an insult in the future when the robots are around. I've never been good with metallics. I mean, I prefer the fleshies. Oh, hang on, that's a point. I need to make sure that since I tweaked the shape of the torso, you can actually see the boiler behind the arm now. I mean, for now, he's just assumed to be brass. Chances are he will actually get a paint job between now and the campaign. And then he will go and hide in a tunnel and get threatened by a large fat man that he'll be bricked into the tunnel if he doesn't get out and do his goddamn job. There's a reference for you. I was when thinking about what species, lineage, whatever you want to call it now, to do for this character. I almost wanted to try doing a mod run. This is Clip Studio lace. I haven't used Krita much, but from what I've gathered, Krita is more for painting than anything else. Because I do have, I think I did pick up Krita a couple of weeks ago on Steam. I think it was Krita. It was on Steam. And when I was looking at that it did seem more like, do you want to paint a picture, compared to Clip Studios, would you like to do an illustration? I mean, granted, it depends on like what kind of thing you're trying to draw, but I assume that like you can do watercolor in Clip Studio, but I feel it might be easier to do it in Krita because Krita is more painty, unless you have very specific brushes. I mean, I think I do like the watercolor brushes in this are okay, but I feel like they're a lot more geared towards painting in Krita. I think it's the same with it. It's like Sprite. I wouldn't try drawing this in Sprite, but if I wanted to do pixel art, I would go to Sprite. This can do pixel art. It's just that Sprite is specifically designed for pixel art and is therefore much easier to use to do it because there's more tools that are specifically designed for it. Whereas in this, you'd have to like zoom really far in and kind of not have any like easy clipping like to each, because like, I can put like a 1, but like it takes like a lot of effort. Even if I put like hard line, see number 1, just pressing on, it's even doing it on a single pixel, it still bleeds. So this isn't good for pixel art unless it's set up extremely like specifically. Whereas Sprite, you just go in there and boom, it's ready to go. That's what it's for. I think Clip Studio does have a demo version, I think, that has like most of the features in. Let's face I don't use most of the features. I did upgrade it to version 3 a couple of weeks ago because it was on sale. So I bumped up my perpetual license to a version 3. So far, I haven't used any of the extra things it gave me. I think it does give some like slightly better things in terms of animation and a few extra features for other stuff, but as of yet, nothing particularly aimed at what I do. I mean, those studies that I've done the past couple of streams, I probably would have been better off if I wanted to like really get the style doing those in Krita, because they were much more like loose and painterish. I don't know how many brushes I have. I mean, most of these are just a single pack, the Evident brush pack, which it just has a lot of good brushes in. I mean, I don't know if Krita has a pen tool, but one of the things that this does have is, let's say I've drawn that line, I can go to this tool. Is it that tool? It's this tool. And it gives you like actual like fine control on vector lines. So that's one handy thing. I mean, at the moment, this guy is just a scribble. I might, at some point, go through and do the full treatment of, giving him actual lines. But yeah, it's got like simplifying the vector lines. So let's say you look at that and you're like, oh, that's a few too many points. I don't want that. You just go simplify, doop, and go back again, and now there's only 5 points rather than 10. But then you might go, actually, I want to add some more in here because I need to have detail. So you add in a bunch there. Or you've added too many. Just delete them out. Or, actually, I want that to be 2 lines. So now, it's 2 lines. But yeah, it's the same with every program. It depends what you're trying to do with it. But yeah, don't worry about derailing things. I'm more than happy to go through like how things are working on this because I mean I'm not good at art. I'm adequate. I'm not the kind of person that goes, oh, I can only draw stick figures, and they say this is a person. I've gone past that and gone, well, if you can do that, you can draw anything. You just have to practice. I mean, all you need to do is, if you've got that as a head, just add some fucking eyes, and boom, you've improved it. Well, like I said, I think, as far as I know, I haven't looked at it. Obviously, I've been using this for like 5 years now. I think there is a demo version, and you can do your own brushes in this. Oh, where did I keep them? Did I? I think I kept them. Nope, that's not mine. That's not mine. That's also not mine. Nope, that's. I can't remember what I did with my ones. What I should have done really is made my own like area for them. Let's see. Let's create a copy of the turnip pen. Then I need to go into the tool settings, which won't show up on the stream, unfortunately, because it's a separate window. Brush shape, brush tip. No, is it that one? I'm trying to remember where the it was that I'd done before. Was it material and tip shape? I think it was here. Is it under created material? Is that... No, that's... It's a shame you can't see this, because there's a huge amount of things in here that are all like the tip shapes from other people's brushes that you can just like add onto your own things. But I'm trying to find... Oh, nope, that's the cave texture. Not the one I'm after. Although a really cool idea. And I know they're not the ones that I'm thinking of, because those are in Japanese. But it's been that long since I've actually like used them that I think it's... Because I've updated it, it's removed the old one. Well, I might have deleted it myself, to be honest, because I was never using it. I only did it as a practice. But somewhere in here, somewhere, God, I wish I'd given this a tag or something. I'll fund it eventually. Or not, I guess. Yeah, it would have been nice if I could have found that. Let's close that and just delete that subtool because don't need it anymore. Oh, no, this is it. So it doesn't look like much, but then let's say we're doing some weird magic. That's a brush that I'd created myself from a tutorial that uses the foreground and background colour. To have like a weird magic effect. There was a lightning one and a couple of others. But the main thing of it was I can use it as a vector. So whoop. And then doing that thing I was on about earlier, you can tweak that magic to look however you want. And it kind of figures itself out based on the brush. So like I say, it very much depends what you're aiming to do with the software. Right, let's go back to this guy. Well, this thing. It is neither nor. It is simply train man or train thing. Would of course have to like put some kind of hinge thing down for this guy. And then if I did do the reactive, have it so that the talking, his mouth just drops open. What colour are the shoulder pads? Do we try and keep some coherence of the colour? I'm doing that on the wrong layer. I also did some of that on the wrong layer. Find me an artist that has never screwed up their layers, and I will show you a liar. Yeah, not sure like the hand design overall, but that's because I'm terrible at hands, and little graspers were fairly easy to do. Probably have to like give a thought about. I mean, granted, let's face it, people are only ever going to see this because this is what the reactive would be. Depending on whether or not it's going to be something that's recorded. It might not be. It might be just chill. So I don't really have to give a damn about the hands and the legs and the feet. It's just nice to have a vague idea of what's going on. I mean, it was this, or I could have also someone that I know had a homebrew bat race, so there was always the chance of putting Chiri just in the game. Hey, Spilk, thank you for the 200 bits. Not sure how tall this guy's going to be either. Well, I keep saying guy, and I don't know what they're going to be. Colloquial dude. I don't know. It's the thing with automata. They don't. I mean, especially this one. This one doesn't really care what you call them. Whatever. As long as the train's working, they don't give a damn. Right, what I am going to do, I take these layers. Let's take the bit that would actually be noticed and copy, and then paste it. Ooh. His 4 eyes. Enough of that. So things like, what do I want to have, like, inside this chest plate, because obviously this isn't a neck. Hang on, I've got just the brush for this. No, that's forest fog. That's not smoke. First of all, I would want... I know I have got smoke in here somewhere. There it is. There's your smoke. And then because it is a steam locomotive, you would have the embers being flung out. This is what happened. This would be what happens if they ever cast fog cloud. They would just rev up the boiler. Because remember, they are going to be a caster. They are an artificer. And granted, all of their things are currently there as healing. Which is weird to have the healer be the artificer. Although that is mainly because most of the early spells for artificers are kind of shit. They're not great. So I thought, rather than going for the really, really, really bad attack spells that don't really do much, let's go for them actually being slightly more in character. They're there to make sure the engine works, and that engine can also be a person and themselves, because they can, even though they're an automata, autognomes can get healed by heal spells as well. So they can use mending, which is great because that's a cantrip, and they can also use healing spells on themselves. So basically, they are programmed to keep themselves working as well as the train. And of course, anyone else related to the train, I guess. I mean, you're on the train, you're a passenger, therefore I should probably care for you. It wouldn't be good if you died. I sure hope that Ginger's character has some kind of attack, because so far I'm just hearing that you can do auras and ranged weapons. This guy is gonna have a big wrench, and also spells, and also eventually shovel face dogs. Although I guess there'll be different ones for different jobs. So the shovel one will be the one that stays in the engine, on the engine to help shovel the coal in. There's no fireman on this train. There's no room for anyone else on my locomotive. Yes, a big wrench, just like the wrench that I have. Which is only in, like, one of the arts. Yeah, only one of the Chewy arts actually has the the big wrench. This one, big wrench. They're going to be. You know what? It could be really lazy. Blorp. Big wrench. Close enough. Yeah, this guy. I can't remember all the things. I think I'd gone with, because there was only like one background that was vaguely engineer related, which was the. I think it was one for some very specific campaign. Let's open it and have a look. TTRPG on character sheet under Eternal Summer. Currently, they're just called Eternal Battlesmith because I hadn't thought of the name when I last saved this. So I can add the name now because they're Sprocket. Yeah, and Sheepa's being cruel to us and making us start at level 1. So chances are all of us are going to die. So yeah, it starts off with slightly better armor because they're armor plated because, robot. They have currently got 6 tools that they can use. They have Artisan's tools down twice. Yeah, background I went with was Is It Engineer? Which is some, like, random, like, goblin gnome engineering thing from another campaign. But it was the closest thing that actually, like, made sense for this character being an actual engineer. Is it Leaf infamous for mad inventions? It's also involved in construction. They get a base knowledge of structure of buildings and behind the walls and blueprints, entry points, blah, blah, blah. So chances are I'm going to have to work out a new background feature for this thing. Oh, was it a Magic the Gathering one? Okay, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, that was it. I took Cure Wound as a first level spell. I also took Chaos Bolt. Those are the 2 that are going to be prepared. Although they have a bunch of others. I think the background for Is It Engineer gives you access to extra spells. up to I think level 5 spells. It gives you like 2 or 3 extras per level of spell, which is nice to have, I guess. I think that's where Chaos Bolt comes from. I don't think Chaos Bolt is a... Well, no. Actually, it might be. I can't remember. Even though I played an Artificer before, I only played them for like 2 sessions, 1 session. I forget now. And for the most part, they were doing bardic stuff and shooting people with a minigun. But yeah, I still need to work out the other skills for this guy. And I also need to work out the tools, because like I say, between being an autognome, an artificer, and the is it engineer background, it gives me like 6 tools to use. Thieves' tools, Tinker's tools, and Artisan's tools, they turn up normally. Artisan's tools came up again because of is it engineer, so I need to like figure out a replacement for that. And I also have tool of my choice 1/2, which I gained from autognome, which I haven't even thought of. So I need to go and look at the tool sets and figure out which ones I'm missing. This guy's going to be a Swiss Army knife. It's like, oh yes, I can do that. Yeah, and I'm also going to have to like figure out equipment and stuff. I've not really gone into equipment, because obviously level 1, you don't exactly start with much. Yeah, I get a pack, but I need to work out what I'm actually going to like do with it. Like, do I actually want to like get a specific weapon or something? Because this guy, like I say, chances are they're just going to use a big wrench. So I might just have to like talk to Sheeper about like, it's a giant wrench, but it just has the same stats as a warhammer or something. But thematically, it's a big wrench. But I have kept them like very sort of middle of the road in terms of like the main things. Like strength is 14, dex is 14, constitution is 14, and intelligence is 15. Charisma's 8 because they don't give a shit, they're a robot. And wisdom is 10 because they weren't built for wisdom, they were built for fixed train. That's what they do. And sometimes the thing they choose to try and fix might not be the best option, but they will try it. Oh, and they also have obviously being artificer, they have proficiency in firearms. So maybe they'll have a gun that they attach to their arm or something, I don't know. I do need... Actually, I'm not going to close that, because I'll have another look at that after stream. I know the Sheeper's probably going to want to have a look at this soon. So after stream is finished, which to be honest, stream will probably ending a little bit soon anyway. Because I don't know what else I can do with this guy, at least for like the base design. It does just have that oh, hang on, apply transformation. Move them back here. It just has that like thing of, where did my life go wrong? Right, you go back there. You are just that, so you can go down there. You two are the ones that need to move. But yeah, I might try like figuring out like the inner workings of this bit. Like, are there going to be like cogs on show or anything like that? You know, this thing is still mechanical. So maybe there is like stuff going on in here. I don't know yet. I might do what I've done for the legs and just sort of do the sort of cable-y type bit. Like the strands of like wire and cabling. If I want to add more things to it. Also need to figure out how I'm gonna like colour the eyes. You know, it'd probably be a good idea to like still have like the base colour of whatever it's gonna be as this bit. And honestly, maybe we put this in here as though it's like the fire's coming from within him. Oh no, that looks horrible. Oh no, no, we're not doing that. But yeah, I'll need to figure out like it probably gonna be something like this because they're not actually glasses. Like I said, it's just that the person that built them was like, yeah, I'm putting glasses on this thing. So yeah, we'll probably figure something out with it. But for now, they are simply brass. I will think about giving them a proper paint job at some point. Right, let's have a look. We are going to go and raid Jazzy. Because Jazzy is wonderful. He's playing Atlas. He's playing the thick furry game. He also has his Christmas hat on, unlike some other humbug that we know. Me! I don't do Christmas. But yeah, I'm going to start that. So thank you everyone for watching. It's been fun trying to like scribble this little dude out. Just out of nowhere. I just felt like it, to be honest. I wanted to do something that was like new and not just doing a study of someone else's stuff. But so yeah, thank you all for watching and say hello to Zazzy for me. Bye bye.